Hola. Hola, hola, hola. We are live. Welcome on this heavily breaking news day in the world of wars and maybe rumors of wars that's going on right now. 502, what's happening? Good evening to you as well. Appreciate you being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. How is your Saturday? How is your Saturday? Good so far. How about you? Hey, I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. Thank you. I appreciate that. Other than what's going on today, which there's quite a bit. Dawn's in the house as well. Hey, yo. 502 as well. 502 as well. Yes. Yes. Man, we got a lot going on here today, man. Hoo-wee. My thought process on the whole thing is, how long is it going to take for Democrats to start sticking up for Iran for their terroristic regime that they are slowly getting the heads cut off their government one by one. Ding dong, the Ayatollah is gone. Ayatollah's gone. He is. Now, I didn't know how true that was when it first came out. You know, everybody's so quick to jump to conclusions about things that are just, they're brand new. So everybody jumps all over it. It's like TMZ's on it or some shit like that. But yes, the Ayatollah is efficiently is 100% dead. The Ayatollah is dead and is no more. And we are probably going to get a lot of shit from other countries, but I don't care. I don't care if other countries such as Europe or, you know, the UK or any of those countries in Europe that had nothing to do with this whatsoever, that had a problem with us going over there and doing what we did with Israel last night. They have no say so. You have no say so. So stop saying so. Get out of here with that. So is it like the spokesperson of UK or from human rights, somebody from the UK or whatever came out and said some shit earlier. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, I'm like, dude, you guys had let's fix this music. You guys had no say so in this whatsoever. You didn't even want to participate. So why are you don't talk now? Do not talk now. Countries such as Europe. Yes, Outcast. Yes. POTUS 2028, Alvin. You know, he says that shit just to get under people's skin, right? He says that just to get under the people's skin because he knows it works, because he knows it just pisses people off. It's hilarious. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for joining me here today. If you haven't already, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Turn on all those notifications so you don't miss any time that we go live or that we upload a video. Bob Dylan, Epstein Files. What about him? Has Iran or the IRGC released a statement yet? I don't believe so because they're too busy getting their asses kicked right now. I don't know if they have or not. So, and the thing about it is people need to understand something is that we've been in negotiations with Iran for months now, trying to get these people to unfuck whatever fuckery they got going on over there. More so, you're not allowed to have a nuclear weapon because people as crazy as the leaders of Iran are, they would use it if they had the opportunity to do it. And we knew that. So did Israel, and so did a lot of other countries. So we told them, hey, you're not allowed to have a nuclear weapon. You just can't. So stop trying to make one. And we unleashed hell on their asses in Operation Midnight Hammer, I believe is what it was called. So we handled business back then in June of last year. You know, we went in there, we did what we did. They didn't even know we were coming. They had no idea we were on the way. Not a clue. They had no clue in the world that we were going to do that. Had no idea that we were going to do that. And we went over there, we did it, we handled business, and that still obviously didn't stop them from trying to continue to push to make nuclear weapons. And we were in negotiations with them. We were in talks to get these guys to stop, and they didn't stop. They couldn't come to an agreement with us. We worked with them, and everybody knows how Trump is, gives you a deadline. If you don't do anything about it, if you don't come to an agreement with us, come to the table with an agreement. Well, at that point in time, we just took matters into our own hands, because we're not waiting. Under this administration, we don't wait. And this is the first time any administration that has ever helped Iran. Has anybody lived in Iran? Would anybody care to live in Iran the way it was ran all these years for 47 years? Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Hello, do you like Trump? I don't know. What do you think you think the hat says it all? You think the hat gave it away? Of course I do. I support him as president of the United States. I think he's the greatest president next to Abraham Lincoln, next to Reagan, Ronald Reagan. I feel he's the best president that we've had in a very, very long time. A very, very long time. So yes, I support him. I don't agree with a lot of things that he does, but I also agree with, I should say I don't agree with a lot of things. There's some things I don't agree with, but I agree with him most of the time on what he wants to do, on how he wants to run this country. You're as evil as the rest of them. Oh, I appreciate that, man. Thank you. You don't know anything about me. Keep doom scrolling, my man. Obama sending them pallets of cash. He did do that. He did do that. He did do that. Let's see. Winning. Nope. Ronald Reagan. Yes. Ronald Reagan has been there and been a part of that top three presidents of all time. If I had to go back and pick my favorite one, it'd probably be Eleanor Roosevelt. Teddy Roosevelt. Teddy. I don't know why I say Eleanor. I'm thinking of Gone in 60 Seconds, Eleanor. Teddy Roosevelt. I think he's the second best president we've ever had, next to Donald Trump. A lot of people don't know the reason why we have national parks is because of Teddy Roosevelt. A lot of people don't know that, but it's true. And Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln ended slavery in this country, and people just want to pick it apart left and right because they're Republicans and whatever else, right? Anyway, that's not the point. Point is what we're talking about here today. And today we are getting a lot of different reports of what's happening in Iran as we speak. I want to kind of talk about what the president posted earlier. Let me do something here real quick. Okay. So the president came out earlier. He came out 2:30 last night. Should we watch that? You know what? Let's watch that. I don't know if any of you guys have actually seen that yet. Hang on. One sec. I want to watch that because I think it's important. I really do. I think it's important. Here we go.
The United States military began.
Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and watch the speech. If you haven't already, this was like around 2:30 last night, East Coast time, when the president came out and started, letting everybody know that we're unleashing hell on Iran with Israel. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. All right, here we go.
A short time ago, the United States military began major combat operations in Iran. Our objective is to defend the American people by eliminating imminent threats from the Iranian regime, a vicious group of very hard, terrible people. Its menacing activities directly endanger the United States, our troops, our bases overseas, and our allies throughout the world. For 47 years, the Iranian regime has chanted death to America and waged an unending campaign of bloodshed and mass murder, targeting the United States, our troops, and the innocent people in many, many countries. Among the regime's very first acts was to back a violent takeover of the U.S. Embassy in Tehran, holding dozens of American hostages for 444 days. In 1983, Iran's proxies carried out the Marine barracks bombing in Beirut that killed 241 American military personnel.
Yeah.
In 2000, they knew and were probably involved with the attack on the USS Cole. Many died. Iranian forces killed and maimed hundreds of American service members in Iraq. The regime's proxies have continued to launch countless attacks against American forces stationed in the Middle East in recent years, as well as U.S. naval and commercial vessels in international shipping lanes. It's been mass terror.
What a great
We're
man.
not going to put up with it any longer.
Yeah. He's the only one that
From
means
Lebanon
what he says.
to Yemen,
No one else
Syria
has done it
to
like
Iraq,
that. Never.
the regime has armed, trained, and funded terrorist militias that have soaked the earth with blood and guts. And it was Iran's proxy, Hamas, that launched the monstrous October 7th attacks on Israel, slaughtering more than 1,000 innocent people, including 46 Americans, while taking 12 of our citizens hostage. It was brutal.
Anybody
Something
remember that?
like the
October
world
7th?
has never seen before.
Does anybody remember October 7th, or is everybody too busy remembering what happened on January 6th? I think October 7th has a lot more, brutality to it any day of the week than January 6th.
Iran is the world's #1 state sponsor of terror and just recently killed tens of thousands of its own citizens on the street as they protested. It has always been the policy of the United States.
You guys remember that? Iran was murdering their own citizens. Murdering their own citizens of their own country, their own people, killing them. Thousands of them. And could you imagine if that bullshit happened here? Could you imagine if that happened here? If our United States government started killing us as citizens? Could you imagine if that happened? Oh my God. It would be civil war. It would be civil war. It'd be the people versus the government. That shit would not fly here. It just wouldn't. Okay. But over there, those people had no choice but to bow down to that regime, that terroristic regime. And they just brutally slaughtered all those protesters out there. You guys remember that? That was just a few weeks ago. People forget. People have short memories, man. People have short memories. They really do. I don't agree with that. Anybody else? Nobody should have to withstand their own government slaughtering their people like that. That's awful. That is awful. And then you got these Democrats out here that are, oh, Donald Trump didn't ask for permission. He doesn't fucking have to. Okay? He doesn't have to. I think they let 8 lawmakers know about it, and that was it. I think Marco Rubio said they reached out to 8 people to let them know, hey, we're attacking Iran. We're raining down hell on Iran. We're going to tell, I think they got a hold of 7 out of the 8 lawmakers to let them know. So they let people know. They let at least, I think it was 7 people, 7 lawmakers. Hey, we're going to be doing this. And just FYI, he doesn't need permission from Congress because this is not a declaration of war. And all these people are like, he needs permission. No, he does not. This isn't Iraq. This is Afghanistan. We're not going to war with a country. We're conducting airstrikes. He's allowed to do that. He doesn't need to ask for congressional permission to do that.
In particular, my administration, that this terrorist regime can never have a nuclear weapon.
Never.
I'll say it again. They can never have a nuclear weapon.
I don't think they're going to have one after
That is
today.
why in Operation Midnight Hammer last June, we obliterated the regime's nuclear program at Fordow, Natanz, and Isfahan.
Yeah.
After that attack, we warned them never to resume their malicious.
It's not unconstitutional when you're trying to get rid of a terroristic regime like that hates America and wants us like obliterated from this planet. Administrative power of the office of the president. Yeah. Go in there and look at all the things that the president of the United States can do without congressional permission. There's a lot of things that he could do. He doesn't have to go to Congress to do it unless it's a declaration of war, act of war. Like, hey, we want to go over and take this country by force in a ground war. But we're not doing that. We're just launching airstrikes.
His pursuit of nuclear weapons, and we sought repeatedly to make a deal. We tried. They wanted to do it. They didn't want to do it. Again, they wanted to do it. They didn't want to do it. They didn't know what was happening. They just wanted to practice evil. But Iran refused, just as it has for decades and decades. They've rejected every opportunity to renounce their nuclear.
I see your comments. My problem is I get tunnel vision. I see your comments. I really do. And I try to read them when I catch them. Venezuela liberated, Iran liberated, next Ukraine to eliminate by American forces. Hey, are we trying to butt into other countries' businesses? No, we're just trying to make the world a safer place. What's wrong with that? What is wrong with that? A black MAGA hat, douche shades, and a goatee. This guy might be the ultimate loser. Well, I don't know. You might be right, man. I might be just a total loser. You know what I mean? But the thing about it is I don't care what you think about me. And at the end of the day, we're all going to die. So who gives a fuck what you think? You're going to die. I'm going to die. We're all going to fucking die. It's a fact of life. So who gives a shit? Say whatever the fuck you want. It doesn't bother me. Okay? And no one's going to care about it after this live stream. Today, tomorrow, a year from now, 5 years from now, no one's going to remember your bullshit fucking comment. Okay? No one's going to care. If I'm a douche for wearing a Make America Great Again hat and shades, that's a you problem, not a me problem. And I'm glad it pisses you off enough to put a comment in my chat. I'm glad it gets under your skin. I love that shit. Keep it coming, man. Keep it coming. And if you want more of my loser mentality, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit the like button too. Okay? Thank you.
Ambitions, and we can't take it anymore. Back. Instead, they attempted to rebuild their nuclear program and to continue developing long-range missiles that can now threaten our very good friends and allies in Europe, our troops stationed overseas, and could soon reach the American homeland. Just imagine how emboldened this regime would be if they ever had and actually were armed with nuclear weapons as a means to deliver their message.
And people forget about 9/11
For these reasons,
too.
the United States military is undertaking a massive and ongoing operation to prevent this very wicked, radical dictatorship from threatening America and our core national security interests. We are going to destroy their missiles and raise their missile industry to the ground. It will be totally, again, obliterated. We're going to annihilate their Navy. We're going to ensure that the region's terrorist proxies can no longer destabilize the region or the world and attack our forces and no longer use their IEDs or roadside bombs, as they are sometimes called, to so gravely wound and kill thousands and thousands of people, including many Americans.
Yep.
And we will ensure that Iran does not obtain a nuclear weapon. It's a very simple message. They will never have a nuclear
9/11,
weapon.
never again. Never.
This regime will soon learn that no one should challenge the strength and might of the United States Armed Forces. I built and rebuilt our military.
You know what? There is not a country on this planet that I am worried about in any time of war. None. I ain't worried about not a one of them. There is no country out there greater than the United States of America. There is no country out there that can even come close to playing the FAFO game with America without having some sort of consequence. Nobody has the balls to go to war with the United States, and they know it. And they know it. And countries need us to sustain their economies, just like we need other countries too, as far as trade goes. But in time of war and in time of military strength, there's no other country out there better than us, baby. Believe that. And if you don't agree with that, I'm sorry.
Military in my first administration, and there is no military on earth even close to its power, strength, or sophistication.
There you go.
My administration has taken every possible step to minimize the risk to U.S. personnel in the region. Even so, and I do not make this statement lightly, the Iranian regime seeks to kill. The lives of courageous American heroes may be lost, and we may have casualties.
Yeah.
That often happens in war. But we're doing this not for now. We're doing this for the future. And it is a noble mission. We pray for every service member as they selflessly risk their lives to ensure that Americans and our children will never be threatened by a nuclear-armed Iran. We ask God to protect all of our heroes.
It's about keeping America safe, my man.
And we trust that
NC,
with his help,
NJ.
the men and women of the armed forces will prevail. We have the greatest in the world, and they will prevail. To the members of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard, the armed forces, and all of the police, I say tonight that you must lay down your weapons and have complete immunity, or, in the alternative, face certain death. So, lay down your arms. You will be treated fairly with total immunity, or you will face certain death.
Or you will die.
Finally, to the great, proud people of Iran, I say tonight that the hour of your freedom is at hand. Stay sheltered. Don't leave your home. It's very dangerous outside. Bombs will be dropping everywhere. When we are finished, take over your government. It will be yours to take. This will be probably your only chance for generations.
Yeah.
For many years, you have asked for America's help, but you never got it. No president was willing to do what I am willing to do tonight.
It's true.
Now you have a president who is giving you what you want. So let's see how you respond. America is backing you with over.
Go look at the news right now. Go look at what's happening in downtown Los Angeles. There are people in the streets cheering this on that are from Iran, Iranian Americans, and people from Iran are carrying, and not just Iranians, Americans too, are carrying their Iranian flags and marching in the street. They're tickled to death over this stuff. They're loving this because they know their country was in such a bad way that I could never go back there. That's why they came here, to get the hell out of that country. It was such a bad place. Now they're literally celebrating this in the streets of LA. Go look at the news. It's happening right now.
Overwhelming strength and devastating force. Now is the time to seize control of your destiny and to unleash the prosperous and glorious future that is close within your reach. This is the moment for action. Do not let it pass.
Trump is the
May
goat.
God bless the brave men and women of America's armed forces. May God bless the United States of America. May God bless you all. Thank you.
We take care of this country. We do. If you don't think we do, you don't have to live here. You can go live someplace else. God, I hate it when people bash on this country. We're not the great. We're not the most perfect country in the world. We're not. No country is. But this country is by far the greatest country on this planet. I do not want to live anywhere else. I do not want to live anywhere else. And you shouldn't either. And if you do, go. If you don't love this country, I don't want you here. If you don't want to be here, I don't want you here. Nobody wants you here. Because people like that just bring this country down with that mentality. Oh, I hate this country is so shitty and so bad and it's going downhill and blah, blah, blah. But they don't have the balls to pick up their shit and go live someplace else. Oh, no, that's not what I meant. I don't want to live anywhere else. I'm just saying I don't agree with. Okay, you just don't agree with what's happening. But for somebody to just say, hey, I hate my country. I hate what's happening. I hate this. I hate that. There's miserable people all the time that are just fucking miserable that have deep depression. It's deep. It is deep, deep depression. Deep depression. I feel sorry for you. I think you had some sort of negative trauma at some point in your life and you're taking it out on your country for it. But they do not have the guts to turn around, pack up their shit, sell their home, sell all their belongings, and go live in another country. And then when they do, they realize how good they really had it. How good they really had it. Amen, brother. Preach it, man. Love your patriotic talk. Hey, I appreciate that, John. Thank you so much. Yes, I love it too. And so should you. And so should you. America, fuck yeah. America, fuck yeah. My father served in World War II. He's gone now, but would love Trump. And my dad was a great man. Hey, I appreciate that. Anybody that served in the United States military, God bless you. God bless you, man. Seriously. It's people like that that make our country great. The United States military. Through and through. Another huge win for Trump. Yes. Trump, MAGA. MAGA is very traumatizing to a lot of people, especially liberals. And I think a lot of the people that are hating on me in the chat right now are probably either bots. Could be bots. There's a lot of problem that we have with bots right now. Or it could be liberal Democrats that are coming in here and just hating me for supporting Donald Trump. I don't know. I don't know. I'm sorry you feel that way. Actually, I'm not. Go seek medical attention. Go talk to a psychiatrist. You have too much hate in your heart. Stop it. Vote Trump. Yes. Vote Trump. Cry me a river, liberals. Fantastic. Donald John Trump. So listen, guys, he's the only president that means what he says. When did we ever have a president? Forget if they're Democrat or Republican. Just when have we ever had a president that meant what he said and followed through with it? Never. Never. And a lot of people are giving him shit because he's focusing on foreign policies over ours. That's what it feels like sometimes, but there's a reason he's doing it. And for the main reason he's doing it is to keep the world safe. He knows that Iran was being led down a path of just, destruction and chaos for the world. And we couldn't have that. We just can't. So that's why you're seeing what you're seeing right now. And it's not like he just went in there and said, go ahead, take him out. No, we've been trying to bring these people down to a reasonable level and say, hey, we can't continue. You guys can't continue to do this, man. It's just, you can't. And we've been in talks with them and they weren't having it. They weren't having it. And neither was he. And that's why you're seeing what you're seeing right now. Let's take a look and see what Donald Trump actually said. Well, let me see here. So he did say a few different things. That video pretty much just said it all. So we don't have to look at the tweet that he sent down on True Social. I don't think that's really necessary right now. Let's go and see what's going on with... what's going on with the latest and greatest on Iran right now. Let's take a look. Israeli ambassador. Let's see. Did we? Okay, no. That's we don't need to watch what the Israeli ambassador was saying. Well, I guess we could. There's some short clips here.
To neutralize an imminent threat to the American.
Let's see what the Iranian representative to the UN was talking about here.
The President of the United States has falsely described this aggression as necessary to neutralize an imminent threat to the American people. This is nothing more than a deliberate attempt to mislead the international community and the U.S. public opinion and manufacture consent for unlawful war. Similarly, the representative of the United States has cynically sought to mislead this council, yet history provides ample documentation that the foreign policy of the United States has repeatedly relied on unlawful force, covert intervention, and political manipulation to alter the governments of other member states. The President of the United States has falsely.
And the Ayatollah is effectively gone, ladies and gentlemen, too, as well. If you haven't noticed, the Ayatollah, the supreme leader of Iran, is gone. He is gone, and he is no more. Now, there was a Fox News posted this as well. They stated Iran's supreme leader Ali Khamenei confirmed dead. Just call him the Ayatollah. He is no longer with us, ladies and gentlemen. Which that is very beneficial for the people of Iran. Very, very beneficial for the people there. And again, it all goes back to all the horrible things that they were doing to their people. I mean, it was insane. Thousands and thousands of people that were being murdered by their government. I mean, it is absolutely insanity. Yeah, we did. We got him. It's about to stop wanting to see. Okay, let me see here. Let's catch up with the chat here. Cut that hat off. Why? Give me one good reason, Tammy. Why should I cut this hat off? For what? For what? Yeah, Iran is celebrating right now. They really are. And this thing is an Iran expert. I'm not an expert in anything. I have an opinion. That's the name of my channel. In my opinion. Unofficially, by the way. You're a Love the hat. I appreciate it. This was this hat that I got here was by Elon Musk when Donald Trump was running for president. He wore this hat at one of his rallies, and he said, "I'm dark MAGA," and I was like, "I like that. Let's get the hat." You laugh at it, Tammy, but you haven't given me a reason as to why I should. Why should I? And most people that hate on Donald Trump and Donald Trump supporters, they really have no reason. They just have hate. You guys just have hate. It's just hateful. That's your reason. You're just hateful. I'd have more respect for people to say, "Hey, I just have a hateful heart." I'd say, "Okay, at least you're honest. At least you come to that agreement that we can agree to that." You know what I mean? I didn't say hat. Y'all weird. You said cut the hat off. I don't know what you're talking about. But thank you for being here. Make sure if you haven't done it, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you give me a thumbs up. Like the stream as well. I appreciate it. But for real though, if you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, be sure you do that. We're trying to get the channel to 1,000 subscribers. We are slowly working our way up there. And I appreciate you guys that do that. And help our community grow. And I'm not just 100% stuck on Donald Trump's ass. I just feel that today is a day that we're trying to help. I mean, it's all about helping people too as well. Not just here in America, but all over the world. You know, to give them an opportunity to have the same freedoms that America has. That's what we're doing. That's part of the reason why we're doing this. And also, too, as well, for the people to have their country back that have been brutally terrorized for 40 some odd years by a terroristic regime that was under the Ayatollah. You know what I mean? And not just him. I think we took out like 40 leaders of the government right now and counting. I don't know how long this bombing is going to continue to go on for. It's probably going to be for several days until we decide, okay, that's enough. We've done what we needed to do, and now that's it. We're done. I don't remember anybody having a problem when we took Osama bin Laden out. You guys remember that? When Obama came on, I was watching. I remember what I was doing. I was watching a Cleveland Cavaliers basketball game. I was watching LeBron James back in 2000. What year was that? 2009? We got him. 2010, 2009. I remember that. It just came on. I thought we were going to war. I was like, great. What the hell happened now? And I was like, oh, we got Obama or Obama. We got Osama bin Laden. And I remember that. And people were so happy that we got him. And I feel like now that we're taking, especially today, that we're taking out like terrorists and things like that. Now it feels like instead of people coming together and celebrating that, hey, the world's a safer place now, it feels like people are sticking up for the terrorist. It feels like you guys were okay with like them sticking around or something. It's really, really bizarre. It's really bizarre how there's a Democrat on CNN earlier today. And I was watching CNN, like we may watch 30 seconds a month of CNN just to kind of see what's going on over there. And there was a congresswoman. I can't remember her name. Was she Senate or Congress? I can't remember her name. It was a Duckworth. Yeah, it was Duckworth. I think her last name was Duckworth or Duckling or what was her name? Duckworth. Max Duckward? Is that her name? Is that her? No, that's not her. It was like, I don't remember her name. Oh, hell. It's probably because she wasn't making any damn sense. Was it Tammy Duckworth? That's her name. Tammy Duckworth. Let me see what she said. Let's see. She kind of went off on a tantrum. I'm trying to find it. I'm on her. She was on X. Less than 24 hours. Trump went saying, no, that's not it. Donald Trump cannot promise to always did she put out
launching a strike on Iran without congressional approval.
Oh, here they go. Democrats always go to that. Without congressional approval. They always talk about how you need congressional approval. Yeah, to go to war. We're not at war. I don't know what people understand. Like, we're not at war. We come in, we drop bombs, we leave. No American troops were on the ground.
Donald Trump can't seem to stop breaking his campaign promises. He promised that he was going to focus on the United States of America and put America first. He promised that he was going to get us out of forever wars. And here he is launching a strike on Iran without congressional approval. He needs to come to the United States Congress and get our approval. The American people, and in particular, the men and women of our nation's military will.
Since when is it okay to why would you need approval to take out terrorists? I don't agree with that.
Be paying the price for his reckless actions. Donald Trump, focus on America. We have problems with prices. People can't afford to buy groceries. People can't afford to buy their health insurance. They can't afford to put gas in their cars. And yet here you are going out and attacking a foreign nation. Congress needs to vote on the bipartisan war powers resolution that's going to be coming up before the Congress next week and stop Donald Trump.
Okay, so it's here's what's going to happen is if this country, God forbid, elects more people like her in the midterms coming up, Donald Trump's going to get impeached. That's a guarantee. He's going to get in, and this time it's not for the third time, mind you, for the third time. If that follows through, then Democrats will impeach him, and it may follow through this time fully. That's what could potentially happen if more people like her get elected into Congress. That's the only thing I can think of, because you have people like this that just they have so much, like, just so much bitterness in their heart against this man that he can't even brush his teeth without them getting pissed off about it. He can't even wipe his ass without them getting pissed off about it. He can't literally do anything he can't do anything right. They will always find an excuse to hate on this guy. It is insane. They give everybody like a 5-pound gold bar that's worth millions of dollars, and they will still find a reason why that's a problem. You know what I mean? Like, you know, even like the whole, like, I'm not trying to get into like any kind of like medical shit that's out there right now, is like cures for things and things like that. But if there was a medical side of curing cancer, like tomorrow, and it was done by Donald Trump putting that action in plan and getting the right doctors in place and having something to do with it, they would hate it because he had his name on it some way, shape, or form, and they would hate him for it. I think they even, like, for curing cancer, how dare you cure cancer? That's not your business. If people want to get cancer, that's their business. How dare you? And then when he came out with the vaccine, it was like Operation Warp Speed, I think he called it. People had a problem with that. I'm like, you guys are insane. You are never satisfied about anything. Are we talking about the Epstein files? Holy cow, man. Holy cow. Everybody said release them. Fucking people warned that release the files or whatever, that pin at the State of the Union the other night. Everybody was like, some Democrats were wearing that shit. Like, we did. It is released. Oh, you want the unredacted shit. Well, I think a lot of people do. But the reason why some of that shit's redacted is to protect people that were involved, to protect the victims. It's the only reason why a lot of that stuff's still crossed out in the black line, and they wanted the files released. Then when we released the files, now it's making people that were part of the Epstein bullshit, making them all look bad. It's like, you guys wanted them released, we released them, and now all this. And here's the other thing too. People tend to forget that Democrats had control of the government for 4 years, both House and Senate and the presidency. Y'all had it for 4 years. You didn't do shit. You didn't release shit. Why? You had them right there. You could have released them. Donald Trump's been mentioned like 5,000 times or 7,000 times in the Epstein files, and they knew that too. But why didn't you release them then? Now all of a sudden Biden's is out of office, and now you got Donald Trump back in there, and now they're pissed off about wanting to release the files. Fuck out of here, man. You guys are nuts. You guys are absolutely nuts. You had that whole entire time to release the files. Why didn't you release them then? You guys are crazy. That's just crazy. Democrats used to be the way of this country for a very long time. A very long time. My parents were Democrats. My mother was. My father was a Republican. My grandparents were diehard Democrats for years and years and years, all the way up until they died. Democrats ruled the roost. A lot of people agreed with how Democrats used to think, how they ran the country, just everything about them. They didn't have the problems back then like we see today. Look at RFK Jr. I know a lot of people don't like him either, but for him, how hard do you think it was for that man to have a dynasty, like a legacy of being a diehard Democrat for all his life. His dad was a Democrat. His uncle was a Democrat, obviously JFK. His cousin, JFK Jr., all Democrats. His uncles, like all Democrats for years. And that's how he was too for years. But at some point, they all lost their way. They lost their way. Chuck Norris even said it too. Chuck Norris said, I was a Democrat for a long time, but I can't be it anymore. I can't do it because they have lost their way. I think Chuck Norris said they used to think like Republicans do. And they were Democrats. And at some point they just went crazy. And people just, certain Democrats that were Democrats for all their lives just couldn't get on board with that. And when RFK was trying to run for president, or when RFK Jr. was trying to run for president, they wouldn't back him, like at all. Why aren't you backing this guy, Kennedy? Why aren't you backing him? They just hated him. And he's like, I can't get anywhere with this party anymore. I have no choice. And that's why he switched. Is he a traitor? So what? You're allowed to be whatever you want to be in this country, Democrat or Republican. Who cares? Who cares? So he felt like he had to make a switch. Did he get shit for it? Oh, fuck yeah. Hell yes. He got all sorts of shit for it. He got all sorts of shit for switching parties. That was the same man too, mind you. The same man. Does he say some wonky shit here and there? Yeah, but who doesn't? Who doesn't say some wonky ass shit here and there? But yes, he felt like I could not become what I wanted to be without Democratic support. And he's like, I have no choice. I can't. I have to switch parties. I have to. And that's what he did. That's what he did. So I think more of an independent side now than anything. But he had to. He probably felt like, hey, I can't do this anymore. And he had to make that switch. Same with Chuck Norris. There's all sorts of footage of him saying that. Let me find it, ladies and gentlemen. And if you haven't seen it yet, let's play it. If I could find it. I'm not I know you guys are loving this shit too. Come on, you know you are. I know you are. And mind you, oh, I found it. Mind you, by the way, before I play this, mind you that, never mind. I won't say it. I won't say it. I want to watch this. Okay. I'm getting off topic of Iran here, but I feel like this is important. I feel like this is important. That when I saw this, and I was kind of surprised. I was like, you never even would have thought of it, because people like him don't share their political ideology on shit. But yeah, watch this.
Why are you a conservative, sir?
Well, I used to be a Democrat.
So he's conservative. Let me correct myself. Conservative. You might as well be a Republican, but a conservative. Okay. And he said, I used to be a Democrat.
Why are you a conservative, sir?
Well, I used to be a Democrat. But unfortunately, the Democrats went too far to the left, and the Republicans moved into their position that the Democrats were 40 years ago. See? And so what the Democrats believed 40 years ago, the Republicans believe today. And so I realized that I had to go to a Republican because the Democrats just got too far off the trail. They just got completely off the trail and lost all reality of what America stood for. And so I realized that Republicans at this point in time are more focused on what is best for America than what the Democrats are.
Why are you?
That is 100%. Well, there you go. Straight from the horse's mouth. If you've never seen that before, that surprised a lot of people. They were like, you used to support Democrats? Like, yeah, long time, for a while. But he's right. They lost their way. They really did. They lost their way. And it's unfortunate, man, because like I said, Democrats used to be the bread and butter of this country. Everybody thought the way Democrats used to think, now how Republicans think now, if that makes sense. Democrats used to think about how Republicans think today. Years ago, I thought JFK was a great president. He's like the Democrat, right? JFK next to Obama. He's like the Democrat. There's footage out there of JFK. And if you don't know this, the reason why if you have kids that take phys ed today or gym class, if that even is still a thing in schools, it was when I was in school. The reason why there's gym class is because of JFK, because he was all about fitness and health and making people healthy and getting out there and exercising and just being physically active. And there's footage out there, maybe I'll look for it, of him saying there's nothing more. I'm just kind of paraphrasing, but he said something along the lines of there's nothing more unsatisfying than seeing what do you say, a fat, soft kid or something. I can't remember how he said soft. I think he said fat, a chubby, soft. Oh, it was chubby, soft. I think he said there's nothing more unsatisfying than a chubby, soft, unfit kid or something like that. I can't remember how. There's a video of this, guys. If you don't know, go look it up. Maybe I'll look it up here on the stream and just kind of show you guys. But yeah, it goes back to, you have people, at least Chuck Norris had the balls to come out and say, I used to be a Democrat. I can't do it anymore. I'm a conservative now. Basically, I used to be a liberal, but now I'm not. I'm a conservative now. I have to be. I just can't get on board with the way these people are thinking. They have lost their ways, guys. They really have. Democrats, unless you're John Fetterman, that dude is more like on the verge of becoming a conservative. He thinks like a Republican, but he's a Democrat. John Fetterman, like when he had that stroke, I didn't know how that man was going to be able to do anything. I really didn't. But he has since kind of came back, and he thinks a lot like conservatives do, man. And he's like one of the only very few Democrats I agree with. But for the most part, holy shit. I don't know what happened to that, to the Dems, man. Chubby, yes, that's what he said. How do you know what let me see here. Dog football. How you now what his bowel movements are, you've been watching. What the fuck? That's what I get for looking over a chat for a second. I get lost in y'all's conversations with each other. But yeah, facts, God, and morals is gone. People do whatever comes to mind. No respect for kids any longer. Yep. Well, Chubby, yes. I've died and become for a reason. It's beautiful there. Oh, in heaven? Yeah, I would imagine heaven is beautiful. Absolutely. Thank you, President Trump, for fighting for the Iran. Yeah, I mean, no one else was going to do it, guys. No one else was going to fight for Iran. Nobody. No other country it was going to stick up and fight for them. I feel really bad for the people in Afghanistan, because the people in Afghanistan used to have freedom. They really did. And then you saw what you had when Biden was in there for leaving Afghanistan the way we did, and just fucking, oh, it was awful. I don't want to get on a tantrum on that, but prior to us leaving Afghanistan, I know it cost a boatload of money to stay there, but there were things in place that we could have done to make it a much better process. And that did not happen under Biden. We left that country to a bunch of terrorists, and now that country is in ruins, and it never used to be while we were there and in charge. Yeah, it costs a lot of money to be there. I get that. But there were things that we could have done to set that country up in such a way to where we wouldn't have to worry about terrorists anymore. Like, women were able to go to school. People were able to vote. You were able to go to college, get a college degree. You didn't have, I don't think women had to wear the face coverings anymore. You were able to come and go as you pleased. Like, that country was a much different place until Biden got in there and did what he did and made the decisions that he did and left that country back in ruins. And it's just back to being just blood and guts now over there. It's really sad. And now it feels like Iran is in a place and set themselves up in a place to where they can get their country back and become a much better place for them, and not ran by a bunch of people that just want to literally wipe Americans and other countries off the face of the planet that don't agree with them. And now it's looking like they're going to get set up to, well, as Donald Trump said, to take over your government. Get out there, take it over. This is your chance to get your country back. And that's 100% true. 100% true. Let me find, we'll get back to Iran. Let me find that. Let me see if I can find it. I know it's on here somewhere. I see. Yeah, I found it. I just need to see the video of him talking about it. And he was standing, and the thing about it is JFK was standing on the White House grounds when he said that too. I was like, wow, okay. See, I'm finding video, but I'm not finding the right video of him saying it. Oh, hell. Let me go back up here. Hold on.
I think more unfortunate than to have a soft.
Maybe he wasn't. Was he on the White House grounds? I might have overstepped that. Well, this has got video, music behind it, so I don't want to.
Nothing. I think.
Yeah, it's got music there, and I don't know if it's copywritten or not. But anyway, you can go back and find it. He said, and let me just kind of read the. There's nothing more, I think, more unfortunate than to have a soft, chubby, fat-looking children who go to watch their school play basketball every Saturday. And see, it's going way too fast for me. That was 60 years ago. He said that. Could you imagine if any Democrat or Republican came out there and said there's nothing more unsatisfying than a fat, soft, chubby children? Like, could you imagine if a Democrat came out and said that today? Oh my God, there'd be like, they would get so much shit for that. Oh man, it would be unbelievable. Unbelievable. That was Fitness of America Youth, 1962. Physical Fitness of the American Youth. 1962. I think that's what it said.
In a vigorous.
Yeah. Damn, I wish there wasn't music behind that. Anyway, go watch it. It's this whole thing about how he said that, and I'm like, oh shit. If any Democrat said that today, they would get so much shit for that. Holy cow. What is CNN saying about
the largest Iranian populations outside of the Middle East?
Here we
you
go.
See the gathering there. Here
we go. Iranian Americans on Iran attack and death of Supreme Leader. So I think this is CNN. This is CNN. Okay. Now, this is probably the most CNN that I'll watch for the rest of this year. There's 2 minutes worth. But I mentioned this earlier that, and we used to watch CNN all the time, guys. Like all the time. All the time. It was CNN. Didn't watch Fox, didn't watch any of that stuff. I knew it was around, but I didn't watch it. I watched CNN. The most trusted name in news. You guys remember that? The most trusted name in news. So I was like, yeah, I agree. Huh? And then in 2015, there was a man named Donald John Trump that came down the escalators at Trump Tower, and all of a sudden, all common sense and all decency, like, packed up their shit and left the building of CNN. Left the building of CNN, and they have not been the same ever since. The wolf at CNN, we call him the wolf, is Wolf Blitzer. He's kind of on the fence still. He's kind of back and forth. He's not too bad. He's okay. Used to be better. Used to have more balls. But Jake Tapper is like, I don't know what happened to him. And even Don Lemon. Even Don Lemon at once upon a time used to be a really solid news anchor. And he fucking just, everything just went, common sense just went, whoop, bye-bye. CNN just went, everything in decency and common sense just left these news anchors in that organization. I don't know what happened. It's a very severe case of TDS. But I was telling you about this earlier, that there are people in the streets of LA that are celebrating this right now.
The largest Iranian populations outside of the Middle East. You see the gathering there behind her. Julia, how is the Iranian community responding?
Well, this gathering has only grown, Jessica, over the past few hours, since we've gotten here. It has amassed a large number of people, and the celebration is striking. We got here just moments after initial reports, initial rumors of the death of Ayatollah Khamenei had just started to trickle from Iran to this diaspora community, and people were jumping in excitement, hugging each other.
Jumping in excitement and hugging each other. You gotta be careful though. This might turn into unrestful protest. This is peaceful it's not even a protest. I don't know what I'm talking about. This is not even a protest. It's a celebration of the Iranian people that live in LA that are finally saying thank you, Donald Trump, and Israel. Thank you for trying to make that country a better place. They're happy about it. That's why they're out there.
Saying that basically they've been waiting 47 years for this very day, Jessica. It is the reason so many of them have come out here.
It took 47 years for 47 to get rid of a problem. It took 47 years for the 47th president of the United States of America to come in and take care of business on behalf of Israel as well. Israel has a lot more to lose in this than we ever did. And Israel is our number one ally. So we're going to help them. Okay. But I thought that was kind of funny that it took 47 years for the 47th president of the United States to fix this.
Today, I want you to hear from one of them specifically, his thoughts right after learning that the supreme leader of Iran was dead.
When is the last time you saw people in Israel and Iran dancing on the streets in excitement? And when is the last time you've ever heard of a country coming out and dancing because they're excited that foreign powers are attacking them?
Yeah. When's the last time you ever saw that? Never.
Now, the name of Reza Pahlavi has been at the tip of people's tongues here, Jessica. So these are very much people who are pro-Shah. They want to see a leadership emerge from Reza Pahlavi.
They want to see leadership change. They want something much, much better than what was currently there now. They want something better. So do you blame them?
For him to take over the reins, and their hope, they've told me, is that he would then lead a temporary government and hold elections in Iran, hold a referendum in Iran so that the people could decide what would come next for their nation.
Yeah, and so many Iranian people hoping for a regime change.
For a regime change. They want change in their country. Why wouldn't you? Why would anybody want to put up with any kind of just what they've been dealing with for the better half of 47 years of just worrying about their government and being under these crazy laws and being brutally murdered by their own government and public hangings and all sorts of stuff that we aren't used to seeing in this country, because you never will. but it's very much a real thing over there. It very much is a real thing over there. They do some really, really, really horrible things to human beings over there. I mean, really, really nasty things. And I don't know about you, but I don't agree with that. Everybody in that country deserves better than what they have right now.
And that they can take back their government. A lot of questions about how that will happen, if it can happen. Julia Vargas Jones, thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
So here's the thing, though. I know America is not the greatest. And when it comes to regime changes, we did that in Iraq for years, Afghanistan for years. We did a lot of that. And we aren't the greatest when it comes to that. However, I feel that now that we got a better leader in this country that knows how to get shit done, I feel like it won't be much of a problem. You give the country back, you go in there, it's almost like you cut the head off the snake or snakes. Now that snake's no longer a threat. You cut the head off the snake, you get rid of the threat, and you give it back to the people that make that country what it is or what they want it to be, and let them take control. Right? That's what they need to do. That's what they need to do. And I feel like that's what's going to happen. I feel like if you have someone in there with a leadership mentality like Donald Trump that will be able to get it done, I feel like it would be a much smoother process. And I think it'll have a better outcome under that. I really do. I really do. As far as any other additional news coming out of Iran, whoa. No, that's probably copyright music. So a lot of the shit that we're seeing, a lot of the stuff I want to play for you guys is not, I'm not able to play it because it's got music in it. It's copyright music. So I can't play it, but it's looking like, as of right now, let's take a look at something here. Hold on. I just saw something. Breaks down. I don't know what I don't know what she's saying. I don't even know if I want to play this, but apparently there's a woman that's from Iran. Incredible woman, as Iranian woman breaks down, this is according to Eric Doherty here. She just happened a couple hours ago. That a moment where an Iranian woman breaks down, sobbing tears of joy for President Trump and Israel killing Ayatollah Khamenei. Look what Donald J. Trump just brought to the world. This is what the left opposes. Now, she's speaking Iranian. I don't know what she's saying. She could be saying something, that's why I'm not really going to play it, because I don't know what she's saying. But there's people like that are celebrating all over the internet, all over the country right now, that are from Iran. They know that this is a good thing. It's funny that the people that actually are from that country understand how fucking terrible it was to live there, and how awful of a country it was. They understand what's happening right now is a good thing, and they're celebrating it. Do I agree with innocent lives being taken? No, that's awful. It's terrible. So casualties is part of the process, and it's unfortunate, and I hate that. But if you want change, and a country such as Iran is not willing to negotiate and come to those terms for change, and they're going to continue to be a brutal dictatorship / terroristic government that terrorizes their people, what else is there left to do that wants to annihilate everybody else on this planet, including America, including us as a country? They did not want anything to do with us. They wanted to kill us. And we can't have that. They're a threat. Just like terrorists. They're threats. They really are. So what do? Cut the head off the snake. No longer a threat. Give it back to the people. And that's why people are celebrating, because of that. As far as what's happening, there's no new updates other than the bombings are continuing. And it's probably going to continue for quite some time. I would say probably over the next couple days, if not a couple weeks. Let's kind of recap a little bit of what's going on. So we watched the video. President Trump and Israel say Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, I think that's how you say his name, is dead. Killed today in a massive joint U.S.-Israel strikes. Iran says he's alive. That's funny. Iran says he's alive and commanding the field. And as far as we know, he's not alive. He is unalive right now. Let's just say that. The U.S. and Israel launched Operation Epic Fury. So that's the name of the strike here today. Operation Epic Fury. Waves of airstrikes on Tehran and at least 9 other cities. The targets that were hit was Khamenei's compound and IRGC command centers and missile sites, air defenses, and nuclear-related facilities. Trump did say that Khamenei is one of the most evil people in history, and he also is indicating that he is dead as well. So he did come out and verify that is true. Strikes will continue all week if necessary as well. So it could go on for another week or so. Now, as far as Iran's response in all this, they're still denying that Khamenei's death is true. Iran denies Khamenei's death and says he is safe and directing operations. I think that's a lie. I don't think that's true at all. I don't trust anything that comes out of the Iranian government. Retaliation's already underway as well. Iran fired ballistic missiles at Israel and also hits targets in Tel Aviv. It's looking like there's 1 person that died and 20 plus injuries of the files that were reported on that. And U.S. bases in UAE, Bahrain, is that how you say that? Bahrain, Qatar, Kuwait, and Jordan. As far as the Iranian state media goes, leaders, the leader is like they're saying the leader's safe and sound. And they're claiming a crushing response is coming. Okay. The only thing being crushed right now is your government. That's the only thing being crushed right now. Explosions and massive smoke plummets over Tehran all day, and more than 200 reported people that lost their lives. So again, it's unfortunate. I hate to hear that. But anytime there's any kind of missile strikes, you try to, as president, you have to weigh those options. Like, okay, if we continue to strike these targets, how many people are populated in that area? Innocent people. They try to eliminate that as much as possible. But unfortunately, that doesn't always happen. There's celebrations all over the place. We just saw that there's a celebration in downtown LA. There's also going to be panic as well throughout the country because there's power outages and just no power, period, anywhere throughout wherever the strikes continue to happen. So when there's no power, obviously that freaks people out. Because you imagine if the power goes out here, it'd be pure chaos at the highest levels if we had no power in this country. Oh my God. So as far as like what happens next, other than the airstrikes continuing probably for the next week or so, who's going to replace the leader, the Khamenei, the Ayatollah? Who replaces him? At this point, I think that's up to the people of Iran to decide who they want to put in place. It's up to them. There's going to be a lot of chaos over there in the coming days and weeks, especially the coming days. A lot of things can happen over there because there is still a group of people that live in Iran that are for Khamenei and him being in power. You still have people that liked him, that wanted him to be in power. So you got those individuals that could also turn around and start attacking innocent civilians in Iran too, as part of retaliation. You know what I mean? So you have those threats coming out as well that could potentially happen. Anytime there's regime change, that's why Trump said, hey, this is your opportunity to take your country back, to push for change. And that can't be any more true. So I feel like if the Iranians want their country back, now's their time to do it. And we're helping them do that. I think the biggest issue that we're trying to, the biggest threat we're trying to eliminate is Khamenei and the Ayatollah, and he's no longer with us. So I think that's part of, I think their top 20 leaders have been eliminated. I believe it. I think that's what is the case. The only escalation or risk that could potentially come from this, because there is not repercussions, but there's risk to everything, right? So you have oil prices that could go up. That is a very big possibility. And also too, it could spark other wars throughout that region of the world. It could cause other countries to go to war or whatever that potentially, I don't know, but it could spread more into smaller groups of wider wars. I don't know what that looks like. I have no idea. I'm just speculating at this point. In my opinion, that could potentially happen. I feel like the war could spark within Iran itself, within that country, amongst their people that are retaliating against their own citizens for killing their supreme leader. I feel like that could be a possibility. So that's pretty much where we're at right now. The bombings are not going to stop. The airstrikes are going to continue. No, he does not need congressional support from Congress to go to so-called war, because it's not a war. These are airstrikes that he's doing, and he's allowed to do that. So a lot of people that tell you that he needs permission, no, he doesn't. Go look up, go watch the news for any kind of congressional lawyers that go on there. Just listen to what they say. They'll tell you the same thing. No, he doesn't need permission. Do you honestly think for 1 second that Donald Trump just woke up yesterday and said, you know what, fuck it, we're going to bomb Iran? No, this has been an ongoing process for a long time. And he just now is pulling the plug on it and following through with what he said he was going to do. And he was going to do it. He meant it, and he did it. Now, you're always going to have somebody there that is going to push back on him and say he needs to do this, he needs to do that. But that's only in a time of war, and we're not at war. It's not a war. It'd be a much bigger deal than that. But don't think for 1 second either that he just decided to do it, but he's been in talks with congressional lawyers, his administration, people in charge that are much smarter than he is when it comes to making decisions that are, life-changing for people that live in that country, and making such a decision such as this. He had people in his ear saying, hey man, he's probably saying, I'm just speculating. I have no idea what the talks are like, but I'm pretty sure it's more along the lines of, hey, can I do this? Yes or no? Yes, you can. And he probably have a second opinion, third opinion. He probably sat around at a table full of people smarter than him, telling him, yes, this is doable. You can do this. Here's why. And here's how this is protected under the Constitution. Yes, you can. No, you don't need permission. Here's why. This, and this, right? So yes, Ladies and gentlemen, he does not need permission to do any of this. He can do it. Now, what permission are they asking? They're asking to go to war. You need that permission. But let's just pretend he went and got congressional permission to do what he just did today. Let's just pretend he did it. They would deny him. They wouldn't, and excuse me, they would not allow him to do anything like this. They would tell him, no, you can't do it. And he would probably just go tell you to pound sand. I'm doing it anyway. But let's just pretend he did go. Do you honestly think for 1 second that these Democrats and some Republicans would allow him to airstrike Iran the way he did with Israel? Hell no. No, 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 no. They would tell him no. All day long. All day long with a cherry on top. No, you can't. No, you will not. That's why he doesn't do it. And he doesn't have to. So there's that. But that is all I have on my play here today. It's going to be a crazy couple of days in Iran. There's going to be a lot of ups and downs. I don't know what it's going to look like in 5 days, 10 days, 20 days. Only time will tell. It's hard to tell what that country is going to look like in a year or two. I really don't know. All I know is that anything is better than what the people had there now. Anything's better than what they have now. That's why you see people celebrating it in the street. They know. The Iranian Americans know how horrible that country was under that leadership. They know. Go talk to them. Go ask them how they're feeling. They'll tell you. They will tell you. Cool flag. Yes. Cool hat. Yes. Thank you. I appreciate that. Really like your stars. I do too as well. They're fantastic, aren't they? I don't think Canada wants to be our 51st state yet. I think they're a little sour about the losing to us in the Olympics, getting silver instead of gold. They're a little butthurt. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, for God, country, and Corps. Talking about the Marine Corps. Greatest military next to the Navy. Greatest branch of military, Marine Corps. Yeah, thank you. The hat is fantastic. I've had it ever since Elon Musk came out and said, "Hey, I'm Dark MAGA," and I was like, "Yeah, we like that." Where do I get that hat? Where do I get the hat? There is so many angry people anymore. Yes. Yes, there's a lot of angry people out there. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. You can't agree with anybody anymore without anybody getting upset about it. And that is 100% true. Look at some of the people. Look at some of y'all in my chat. You know, just you're making fun of me. You don't even know you don't even know me. But you can't just because you disagree with my opinion. Now all of a sudden I'm like hated amongst you for what? You have no reason to hate me. You have no reason to hate me at all. You're just a hateful person. You have hate in your heart. You should probably seek Jesus. That'll change you. He'll challenge you to change. Seek Jesus. That's your best bet. That's all I'm going to say about people that hate me. Oh, and also too, make sure you subscribe to the channel, because if you do that, the haters will come back because they help make the channel successful. They really do. You guys are a big part of the reason why content creators on YouTube are successful. It's the haters, man. The haters make it successful. Absolutely. All day long. A very special place in my heart for people that hate me. I've been called all sorts. I haven't had this channel all that long. I really haven't. Maybe not even a year. And I've been called racist. I've been called a white supremacist. I'm like, really? I am? Damn. Already? That didn't take long at all. That did not take long. It's like, oh, shit. I'm a white supremacist now because I have an opinion that you don't agree with. Damn. Dawn is a chat bot. No, she's not a chat bot. I think you're a bot. I think you're a bot. I think you're a bot. And why do you care? If you get pissed off as bad as you do, you should probably, other than seeking reading the Bible and seeking Jesus, you should probably talk to a psychiatrist. or just keep scrolling, man. You're on the shorts. Keep going. Keep going. You don't have to stick around. You don't have to stick around. You can just keep on doom scrolling, keyboard warrior. Keep it going. You're awesome, dude. Keep up with your videos. So cool. I appreciate that, Patrick. Thank you. I will preach on. Don't hate anyone, just get annoyed. You can get annoyed. I get annoyed with people all the time. I really do. I get annoyed with how people just do things. Like, why are you doing that? Why are you saying that? What's the reason? I gotta go. God bless everyone. Hey, I can't pronounce your name. Tyson. Oh, Tyson. Okay, I'm just gonna call you Tyson. God bless you too, my man. Jesus is the only way. Correct. What's the topic? Well, John, we were talking about the state of Iran right now. We were talking about the state of Iran and how the people are reacting after the, currently strikes going on in their country by Israel and the United States of America. And we were talking about how the people are able to take, this is their chance to take the country back, and just getting rid of a terrible government that was Iran, and overthrowing that government and doing a regime change for the greater part of the people of Iran. Love the channel, brother. Can't wait to come back. Go with God. You as well, John. You as well. Thank you. I appreciate it. Just channel blows like President Bubba. Okay. Yeah. Well, that's your opinion. And again, if you have an opinion on something, that is totally fine. I can care less. That's your right as an American to tell me how you hate me or hate this channel. I just don't understand why people have negativity in your life. You should probably go outside, get some sunlight, maybe go on a hike. Go be one with nature. Free Iran. There you go. That's more like it. Yeah. Just to tell you, y'all suck. There's probably a Kamala Harris supporter in here. And if you do support Kamala Harris, that's fine, man. You can support her all you want. You be a Democrat all you want. You can be a liberal. Just don't hate somebody for their difference of opinion just because it's different than yours. That's all. I think Donald Trump is the greatest president we've ever had. And somebody might look at me and think that I'm the worst human on the planet for saying that. And you don't want anything to do with me. And if it was up to you, you would probably throw me in prison and sentence me to hard labor for the rest of my life. I disagree with you. I think that's crazy. But why can't somebody say, well, I disagree, but we can still be friends? Oh, okay. Fine. I know people that are Democrat, the Obama, through and through type Democrats, and we get along just fine. Not a problem at all. And we think alike, but they're Democrats, but we don't let that get in the way of just being friends or enjoying each other's company or whatever. We don't let that cause us to hate each other. Love, peace, and chicken grease. A little bit of salt and pepper on that might help taste a little bit better on the grease there. Way too much hatred in this world. So sad. That is 100% true. There's so much hatred. It is insane. I really wish it wasn't that way. I really do. But that's just the nature of the beast. It really is. That is the nature of the beast. It is. Because there are people who live a life that comparatively is softer than the ones of us that are fed up with the forgetting for 6 months after compromised bad players that ruin it for the rest of us. And that's another thing too, Corey, as well. When we end this live stream in the next several minutes, no one's going to remember anything that anybody said to each other in an hour. No one's going to remember it. No one's going to care in an hour from now, a month from now, a year from now, 5 years from now. No one's going to give a shit. No one's going to care. People come in here and say the awful shit about me or for any of you that are talking amongst each other in the chat. No one's going to care. They're just going to move on and no one's going to remember. No one's going to remember. Why are you on? It's over. I don't know what you're talking about. Hate is an emotion. If you hate, you have lost cause. What you hate controls your emotions. It controls your entire life. It controls everything. I agree. Not gonna lie, I never saw party differences until recently. It's sad. Yeah, that is 100% true. I don't remember the country being this divided ever. I'm gonna remember that you had that silly hat on. Oh, come on. This is a gray hat. This is a gray hat. I don't wear this hat periodically. I wear a different hat. I just wear it backwards, but this one I felt was fitting for the live stream. How's that peace president, dumbass? What, Andrew? What are you talking about? How's what do you mean? Donald J. Trump is the best president in the world ever that you've ever seen. MAGA turning point. Yep. I think he's the greatest president too. You'll never see that again. You will never see this again. And everything that goes wrong for this country is going to get blamed. No, sorry, I take that back. Anything that goes right for this country in the future, they're going to blame it on Donald Trump, because people are going to say, instead of saying, yeah, this is fantastic, they're going to figure out a way to turn it around and blame it on Trump and why it's bad. Dark MAGA. Yes. I'll remember love, peace, and chicken grease. Salt and pepper. Yes. Salt and pepper. We consume a shit ton of salt in this country too. Not just here, but the world. I don't know how many billions of pounds of salt that we consume. It is insane. Bring back the Looney House. I think some people need to definitely seek a psychiatrist for emotional support. I agree. And some people do need to get thrown in some psychiatric wards of some sort for a while, not all the time, not forever, but for some time until you come to common sense. Not even common sense. You just become a normal human being. Let's just say that. Orange Man bad. This is their best line. Yeah. They just hate Donald Trump. They can never tell you why. And if they do tell you, they usually say that he's a homophobe, he's a racist, he's a white supremacist. But they can never tell you why he's a white supremacist. Like Sunny Hostin from The View. That's all she ever says. He's a racist. He's a racist. But she'll never tell you how or why or when he became one or how he became one or why. It's never like The View. And I agree with Brandon Tatum when he says this, that if you die and you wake up and you see the women of The View in front of you, you know you went to hell. If you die and wake up and you're in a room and you're with the women of The View, you know you went to hell. You know you went to hell if you see the women, and if you die and wake up and you see the women of The View. We the people despise this war. Well, I don't know what war you're referring to. Sigmund Freeman feud couldn't figure out the liberal foolishness. No, we the people don't. Commander Bone Spurs. I don't know what you're saying here. But yeah, Dina 666. I don't Dina, I don't know what war you're talking about. There is no war. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, I think on the next live stream, we'll do almost like a Q&A type deal. Or I'll have more like fireside chats with you guys. That'll probably be a little bit more, hopefully a little bit more peaceful. The last couple live streams have been kind of political, and I don't always talk about politics or things like that. I tend to try to talk about things that are on my mind outside of politics. It's just politics are so demanding and out there nowadays. Not demanding, but it's just so all over the place anymore. It's crazy. And you can't help but to talk about it because it's so everywhere. And as far as like what we discuss on this channel, I mean, we discuss a lot of shit. You know, like could be sports, drama, politics, breaking news, such as the what's going on in Iran, just anything in general that's trending. We'll talk about it, man. We'll talk about it, and then I'll give you my straightforward opinion on a lot of different things, and you know, and that's what we do here. That's what we do. Why does that flag have 6 points on this? Why? I don't know what you mean. Why does that flag have 6 points on the stars? Oh, I see. Oh, the one behind me. Oh shit. Hold on. Oh, damn. You're right. That's a good eye, man. I don't know. If you come over to my horizontal stream, I did not notice that until now. That's attention to detail right there. I did not notice that. If you come over to, I gotta fix that. If you come over to the horizontal stream, for those of you that have subscribed to the channel today, just an FYI, any other time I go live on this channel, come over to the horizontal stream because that's a way better streaming experience and it helps support the channel too as well. Shorts are for YouTube short live streams or just shorts in general are for discovery of the channel, and the horizontal is for the video and supporting the channel and live streams. Always come over to the horizontal anytime I go live. But yeah, that's true, man. Thanks for pointing that out. Shit, I gotta fix that. I don't know why there's 6 stars on there, to be honest with you. There's not 6 stars behind me on the horizontal. If you don't believe me, come check it out. I don't have 6 stars on the other one. That's weird. If you don't want to be political, take that hat off. I don't wear this hat all the time. That's what I'm saying. I wore it the last couple live streams because I thought it was fitting for what was happening for the topic of that live stream. Usually I take it off and I don't wear it. But when I do wear it, it usually pisses people off, which is kind of interesting. I don't know why it does, but it does. But I mean, it's true. Why wouldn't you want to make America great? Better than what it is. He shouldn't have to take his hat off. No, I'm not going to. I'm not going to. Just cause I don't want to. I just feel like it's my right to wear the hat, I guess. I mean, and I don't mind speaking about politics either. I don't care because it's something that I want to talk about from time to time. Actually, most of the time it's politics and drama. But I mean, there's a lot of great commentators out there that talk about politics. You have Megyn Kelly, you got Tucker Carlson, you got Jesse Waters on there on Fox News, you got Dana Perino, you got Bill what's his name? Bill Hemmer on Fox News. I think he's great. Bill Malugin too. If you guys don't know who Bill Malugin is, he's like the next upcoming primetime news anchor that probably has the greatest hair in television. Go look him up. Let me see. Before we go, let's look up Bill Malugin. Bill Malugin. I don't know where this came from, by the way. It just kind of popped in my head. How do you spell his name? Bill Malou. Is it Bill Malusian? How do you... Bill... Yeah, Bill Malusian. Right here. Hold on. Let me see if I can find a better... Let me see if I can find a better... This guy is probably the greatest looking news anchor on TV. The best looking news anchor. Oh, you can't see it. Damn it. But he's hold on. Let me go back. I messed up his name. Right here. This is probably the best looking guy on television right now. This is the best looking guy on TV. He's got like this hair. He's got the looks. Whatever it is, he's got it, man. As far as like being a news anchor on TV, this guy's got it. He has the it factor. I mean, come on. Right here. He's got it, man. He's got it. But yeah, I thought I was just gonna throw that out there. I thought that was funny. He's got like really good opinions. I agree with most of the time. I mean, I'm just saying, like, there's a lot of promising people out there that talk about a lot of just what's going on in the world that are credible. And I think like Bill's one, Megyn Kelly, I think she's great. She has a lot of different opinions on things that we tend to agree with a lot too. The one person out there right now that's getting a lot of shit, and for good reason, is Candace Owens. My God. Maybe we could talk about her one day, but man, she's all over the place with a lot of the stuff she talks about. She has all the right in the world to say what she wants to say, but man, the things that she talks about on a regular basis on her channel, on her YouTube channel, is very troublesome. Did I say it? Troublesome. She's very all over the place, and she's considered as a conspiracy theorist, and she is just like, whew, man. Anyway, I won't get into it, but man, you guys know who Candace is. We really used to like Candace, by the way, FYI. We thought Candace Owens and, you know, Charlie Kirk as well, God rest his soul. We thought those guys were like the best, one of the best upcoming conservatives out there. And Candace used to have her head on straight, and she used to be like this ruthless conservative that made a lot of sense, and she was very credible in her world of opinions and just everything that she talked about. She's very credible. Then ever since Charlie Kirk died, I mean, she lost it, man. I don't know. It's really sad. It really is. I don't know how or why. I have my theories on it, and my opinion on it, but man, she lost her mind. It's sad. It really is. We like Megyn Kelly too. Love Megyn Kelly. She's great. Yeah, Candace did lose it. She's just off a rocker. Ladies and gentlemen, her and Tucker lost their minds. Tucker, I think Tucker Carlson has the greatest opening monologue in Fox News history. 100%. I think he's great. However, Tucker was Fox News, FYI. Tucker Carlson was Fox News. Can we at least get that out of the way? That man made Fox News what it is today. He is the reason why that channel was so successful. Part of the reason. But Tucker Carlson had the greatest opening. We tuned in to watch Tucker because of his opening monologue. He was so good at like getting you to understand what he's saying at a high level, if that makes sense. Like he was so good at his, it was so entertaining to watch his opening monologues. We watched it just because of that. Not because of just that, but a bulk of like, wow, Tucker's getting ready to come on. What's he going to say for the first 10 minutes? It's going to be epic. He was so good at that. And when he was fired from Fox and when he left Fox News, like, man, we were so bummed. So bummed. And then he does have a few things that he talks about that were kind of like, yeah. And the thing with Israel and his opinion on Israel and stuff, there's a couple things, but let me just say this. Let's just pretend our channel blew up. Let's pretend our channel blew up. I'm talking millions of subscribers, right? And Tucker called me and he wanted me to go on his show that he has now, Tucker Carlson Network. If he asked me to come on his show, oh yeah, I'd do it. Hell yes. Oh, in a heartbeat. Hell yeah. Damn straight. We still really like Tucker. There's just a few things that he's been doing lately that we're like, okay, I respect your opinion. Megyn Kelly, all day. If she called and wanted me on her show, I'd say, yep. How and when? You want me to come to you or what? Like, how do you want to do this? You want just over the camera? Sure, absolutely. But before I do that, I got to fix these fucking stars having 6 points on them. I should have 5, not 6. Damn it. I got to fix that. Thanks for pointing that out, by the way. I appreciate that. I will fix that. Anyway, I used to like him, Texas. Yeah, he was really good at what he did. I still think he's one of the best to ever do it. Being a news anchor, I think he's one of the best we've ever seen. But he did have a few times where you were like, oh, Tucker, man, I don't know what you're doing, but I disagree. Please don't ruin it for me. I like Trish Reagan too. I don't know who is Trish Reagan. I don't even, who is that, by the way? Who is that? I think that name sounds familiar. Her and Tucker lost their minds with Candace. I agree with you there with Candace, man. She just like, oh man. You know, let me just say this about Candace. She reminds me of a very jealous ex-girlfriend that's trying to discredit you at a very high level in front of millions of people and trying to bring you down to your knees and kick you in the face and the balls while you're down. She's trying to discredit everything about your existence and just crush you like a jealous ex-girlfriend. That's what she does. And she has no, how am I trying to say? She has no, to conclude any of her conclusions. They just keep going. There's no end result of what she's talking about. Like there's an end someplace, right? Like, but no, she just keeps things going with no end in sight, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But she does remind me of an ex-girlfriend that's trying to crush your existence. It's trying to bring you down emotionally, financially, just everything. That's what she does. And she goes off a lot of hearsay. And that's you can't just go off hearsay. Now, if she was to just say, hey guys, all this shit is just my opinion and that's it, then okay, whatever. But she keeps saying things like, my sources are saying this. I'm getting texts from people that are telling me this. You're telling me that. You're getting things from outside sources that are hearsay. And that's it. Like a lot of things that she talks about. It's insane. It's virtually insane. It really is. Careful, she'll say you're being paid. Yeah, you got to watch out. You got to watch out. That is true. You got to watch. Now listen, I don't hate Candace Owens. I really don't. I think she's one of the greatest conservative minds that we've seen, especially coming from being a woman, a conservative woman that we've seen for a long time. It's just at some point she just lost her way. She went down a different path, and she's just being so destructive of and attacking all these people for no reason at all, other than clicks. She likes getting those clicks on YouTube. You guys have to remember, Candace Owens makes like 6 figures a month on her YouTube channel. She makes like anywhere between like 100,000 to 300,000 a month on her YouTube channel, talking about the things that she talks about. And she never used to be that way. I won't get into like all the shit that she talks about, but she used to not be how she is today. She used to be very different in terms of just how she would talk about the things that she wanted to talk about. She wasn't so like going after you and attacking you like a rabid beast. You know what I mean? Like just trying to devour you. You know what I mean? Like she wasn't so vicious with no evidence to back up what she's saying. And I don't know. I think when Charlie Kirk died and then Erica Kirk got control over Turning Point, she became CEO. That's when she snapped, and like a jealous ex-girlfriend, like it's just like the switch went off, and then she just became this different person. And it's really, really crazy to see. It really is. It's kind of sad because you're like, man, what happened to you, man? Like you were never like this before. Something happened that you're not telling us. Something along the way caused you to snap. She claims that she's trying to figure out who killed her friend, Charlie Kirk. Like, well, I'm pretty sure they got the person they were looking for that's potentially responsible for doing it, but she's claiming that she doesn't believe that the person that they have in custody right now didn't assassinate Charlie Kirk. She thinks it's somebody else. But anyway, she just lost her way, and it's really sad, and you hate to see that because she was one of the great conservative minds that we've ever seen, especially on the female side, and it's just sad to see that just come crumbling down. And now, instead of being a credible conservative that had a really, really important voice, especially in politics, it went from that to being a conspiracy theorist now. I would put her in the category of people that try to figure out if Bigfoot exists, or the Loch Ness Monster, or who killed JFK and all this other stuff. Like she's into conspiracy theory type stuff, right? Like the 9/11 stuff that people think America has something to do with it. Like she's in like that category. And it's really sad to see that. I hate that. That's unfortunate. So hopefully one day she comes out of it. And again, we don't hate Candace Owens, man. We really don't. We really don't. She just lost her way. But people can always find their way back. They really can. They really can. Ladies and gentlemen, until next time, I appreciate you. Those of you that came in today that did subscribe to the channel, I really do appreciate you. Thank you for doing that. And if you haven't already, be sure you subscribe to the channel. Help us get to 1,000 subscribers. Help us grow our community. Turn on those notifications so you don't miss any time that I go live or post a video. We'll keep looking after Iran, man. We'll keep an eye on it and see what's going on. And we just hope for the best for the people of that country. We hope they're able to get their country back, and it becomes the things that they want it to become. A free nation. And we'll just have to wait and see. Until next time, you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. Stay safe out there. And we will catch you all on the next live stream. I'm out, guys. Peace.